Okay, and we're live. All right, how's it going? My name is Seth. I don't even know if you can hear me, but I'm going to do a very interesting sort of podcast. It's going to be video based, it's going to also be audio based, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you rundowns of how I'm getting this whole thing started, and eventually it will be something that builds and becomes something way better than what it is right now, because right now it's literally a GoPro strapped to a TV, which I'll get a video of that with my phone, and then I'll piece all this together so you can actually see what I'm kind of working with, what I'm trying to get put together, and how I'm trying to get all this started. Because if you're like me, actually, I'm not going to get into that yet because you might not be able to even hear me. So, I'm starting the video on my phone. So as you can see, I've got a GoPro mounted literally to my TV with a laptop here that I'm going to start doing a screen recording on. So click to record the full screen, drag to record part of the screen. Like I said, no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I'm screen recording. I'm not sure. We're going to test this out. We're going to do a bunch of different tests. I have no idea. I have no idea how to figure out if it is working or not because I don't know how to stop this monster. All right, we're gonna find this out. I'm hoping that all angles of this are working okay. Like I said, again, no idea what I'm doing. I don't know if you can even see any of this or hear any of this, but hopefully having my phone videotaping also is working for audio. So we're gonna try and get this going here again. This should be recording my screen right now, but now I don't know how to stop it. So we're gonna mess with this a little bit here. Alright, I'm gonna stop this video. I'm gonna keep this rolling because I'm gonna continue to talk whether you can hear me or not. I might actually, just for the sake of safety, start doing a voice record on this in the voice notes. But I'm going to stop this recording so I can actually go back and read what it said, and hopefully it'll give me a little more insight on what was going on. I know if you're watching this, you're probably yelling at me right now, going, "Dude, it said this. It's not that hard. You're doing this all wrong." It's just so you can see this side of it. Oh wait, it'll be recorded because it was a screen recording. Duh. Oh my gosh. See, this is the kind of things that I wish, whenever I'm now starting out, I wish people would be able to look at this and just be like, how in the world do I get started on this stuff? Because I have no idea. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start this. I was going to use a microphone made for an Xbox game to try and record this, but that's not going to work. So I've got a gaming headset that I'm actually going to use in my Bose headphones. I've used it a couple times and it worked pretty good. So we're gonna actually just do this for now. It worked okay. It sounds okay. It's got a little bit of a ambient noise, a little bit of a background noise to it, but it works pretty much for now. I'm just gonna connect it to my iPad. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I just go to the voice memos while this is plugged in, and then I'm just gonna record. And as I'm recording, it's recording my audio, and I'm just going to sync all this together in editing. And the good thing that I do know about Apple is that whatever I record onto my iPad will then sync to my phone and to my laptop because it's all Apple. So that's one thing that is really good that I kind of just figured out when I was tinkering with this. And whenever I came up with the idea of starting a podcast where I'm literally starting a podcast. I don't know if this is even a good idea. This might be something stupid and it might not work, but that's fine because it's helping me help you or help me in the future to see what I did the first time around. So now that I kind of know what I'm doing, I'm going to save my first screen record and make sure that I upload some of that. Mostly just the way to stop it because it's kind of confusing. I'm going to title it First Screen Record Ever. Saving there. Alright, finish saving. Okay, so now I'm going to exit that one. I'm going to start a new screen record now so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so screen record, boom. All right, click to record the full screen, drag to record part of the screen, and recording by clicking the stop button. All right, so I'm using my second monitor. I've got my laptop, and then I've actually got it lightning cabled HDMI'd into a Vizio TV monitor. And I'm actually going to use the TV monitor so that way you can't see like every one of my little personal folders and stuff because that's just too much. But the way that you stop it is you just go up here and then you click on this button right here. This is how you stop a screen record, which like I said, I'll edit this all together so that you can actually see how or what I'm looking at. Hopefully this works. Okay, so first things first. We are going to, I was looking up how to use my GoPro as a webcam because I wasn't sure if that was possible or not. If the GoPro is shaking a lot, I'm going to have to figure that out as well. I'm really sorry if this video quality is trash. Like I said, we will figure all that out. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to create a YouTube channel, and then we're going to, I had to look up how to screen record on a Mac because I wasn't sure how to do that. Because like I said, I'm learning all of this as we go. But one of the first things we're going to have to do is create a YouTube channel. But right now, what we're going to do is we are going to Google ways to upload a podcast. And again, if the camera and the GoPro is really shaky, I'm going to edit it so that you're hearing my voice, but you're only seeing my screen recording, just so the GoPro footage is really shaky. So if it's a lot of just my screen recording, that's going to be why. All right, so what we've got here is ways to upload a podcast on Bing search. All right, so upload a podcast to, we'll just go to the very first link that we get here. How to upload a podcast to iTunes or any other directory. For those of you that are just listening, if I do figure out how to do all this, we are just on Bing search on Safari, and we're just going through everything trying to figure this out because we don't really know what we're doing. So basically this is just going to walk us through, I think, upload your podcast episode, upload a new episode. I don't know if this is actually a site. This might actually be a site where we can do it. That'd be pretty sweet. This might start as just a YouTube channel as well, and then work its way into the podcast world. But with having my audio recorded on a separate device, it'll be really easy for me to upload just audio if that's possible. I have no idea. Like I said, no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to get a big drink of my sweet tea, my oversized glass. And maybe this will turn into an ASMR channel, and I'll just do a lot of that, like, it's delicious type recordings. No, I'll never do that. That's not entertainment. That's just cringe. All right, let's see what this has got to offer. So we'll click on podcast up here in the corner, and we'll see what we can do with this. Have a listen. They're showing off their podcast. I get it. All right. You trash. All right. Upload your podcast episode. So you'll upload your podcast episodes in the form of an MP3 file to your podcast host. I highly recommend Buzzsprout as your podcast host. Plus, you get a $20 Amazon gift card when you sign up. If you want to keep things simple, you'll get podcast stats, an easy-to-use dashboard, and built-in website. So we'll check this out. We'll put it in a new tab. Once you've signed up, it's as simple as, what's going on? Once you've signed up, it is as simple as clicking this big green button on the episodes tab, upload a new episode. Publish new notes optional. We probably won't do notes because my show is just going to be whatever. I'll have to make a new Apple ID. I'll need to come up with a title, description. I'll have to make some artwork, which, like I said, every step of the way is going to be a new video. As of right now, I don't even have a name for this podcast. I don't even have an idea of what I'm going to call it. I do play Xbox a lot, and my gamer tag on there is Aeroseth89, spelled A-E-R-O. Here, I'll just spell it on this, A-E-R-O-S-E-T-H 89. That's how you'd spell my gamer tag, so I might just call it
Aerocast, just because it kind of comes together. That's probably what it'll end up being, honestly. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll make it something else. But it'll probably be Aerocast or Seth Podcast. I don't know. Something stupid like that. Probably Aerocast, just because it sounds good. Arrow. Pretty much developed that name when I was like in 8th grade. I was trying to think of cool names for Xbox Live, and I didn't want to be XX Sniper God XX or anything stupid like that. If you're a gamer, you know exactly what I'm talking about, with like the little X and the big X and then the name and then big X, little X. I didn't want to do that because it's outrageous. But I did want to come up with a name that was unique and that I really liked. And at the time, I was really into Aerosmith. I'm not that old. I'm only 24, so I don't know why I was into Aerosmith. I don't know if it was the Guitar Hero, Aerosmith Guitar Hero, which is actually what the mic that I mentioned before is from, or if it was just because I thought Aerosmith sounded so cool that I wanted to be Aeroseth. I don't know, but it'll probably become Aerocast because it's just like whatever. But we'll have to see first if that is taken. So we will Google Aerocast. It might be taken. It looks like it is. Yeah, some dude's got it. Dang, man. You're stealing my thunder, dog. That sucks. Alright, well, we'll look at other things. Aerocast. Let's see what this guy's all about. Top Gun Maverick. What is he doing? Oh, he's Portuguese? Interesting. I'm going to go off like this. I can't stay focused on anything for too long. I get all over the place. I guess I can start real quick. The reason that I wanted to do this podcast in the beginning was because of this man right here, Joe Rogan. So I work at a golf course as the assistant superintendent, and I just sit on a mower for probably 60% of the week. And I listen to a ton of podcasts. And one thing that I always listen to is the Joe Rogan Experience, which is an amazing podcast. He has amazing guests on. He's a pretty funny guy. He's a stand-up comedian. If you don't know who he is, he used to do Fear Factor. But anyway, sing his praises as much as I can whenever it comes to podcasts. But he has set the golden standard for what a podcast should be. He brings on all kinds of guests. Like the very first thing that you saw here, he talks with Edward Snowden, who, if you don't know who Edward Snowden is, look him up. Very interesting story. Listen to that podcast. I think it's the most recent one that Joe Rogan did. Yeah. But he brings on all sorts of scientists and psychologists and actors and comedians and Neil deGrasse Tyson and Elon Musk, all sorts of people that are very interesting, and it's really nice that he does things like that because you don't get to see a lot of that stuff. You don't get to hear those people in long-form conversation, which is really what I want to do. I would like to be able to eventually sit down with people and talk to them and just have these no holds, no barred, whatever conversations where we can really discuss whatever we want, really, and just go through and have a fun conversation. I don't know. But let's check out this Buzzsprout while we're hanging out here. So this is Buzzsprout. They've got a 5 out of 5, over 700 plus reviews. Get a free 90 days. What's the price after that? That's the real question. I hate when websites do that. They're like, get a free 90-day subscription if you join now. And it's like, okay, all right, you'll get me in now, but then what? What happens after that? So another one that I've heard recommended to me is Squarespace. They support just about every podcast that I listen to, which is A lot. I listen to Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. I listen to the Joe Rogan Experience. I listen to the Meat Eater podcast starring Steven Rinella. That's basically my Steven Rinella impersonation. This is the Meat Eater podcast. I'm your host, Steven Rinella. That's how he kind of sounds. It's a good podcast, though. It's really good if you're into hunting and fishing and cooking, honestly, because there's a lot of episodes where they talk about how to prepare food, which I think are very interesting. I'm not good at it, but it's interesting nonetheless. So let's look at this. So Squarespace and Buzzsprout. So we're just going to say get started. We're going to do it on both. We're going to just go side to side here. So we've got Buzzsprout here. So we'll say... Oh, I actually need to come up with a name first because I'm going to have to create an email. And if I have an email... let's see. What's a good name? You guys are going to be literally witnessing all of this. You're going to be witnessing 100% of this podcast being created, which is kind of a cool thing, I think. I think that it'd be really interesting to see how every step Joe Rogan took to create his podcast, or every step that was taken to create the Meat Eater podcast. It's something that you don't see a lot of, how people have to just figure it out. There's ways like what we were reading earlier that were telling us how to create podcasts or whatever, but they don't really give you the steps on how to record your voice, how to take video that's worth anything, how to do the screen recordings, how to edit it all together, which is going to be, I'm going to try and include all of it. It's going to be very difficult. It's probably going to be a few days of just creating the first real episode. Okay, let's check out these websites. Let's create an email, I guess. We'll just make something up here. We'll do Gmail. I don't have a Gmail account, so we'll do Gmail. All right, to manage my business. So my first name is going to be Seth. Should I tell you guys my last name? Yeah, why not? My last name is Boren. All right, so we're going to try Aerocast because I'm really committed to that name. We're going to see if it's available. Aerocast@gmail.com. And then I'm not going to tell you my password, so don't even try and guess it. I had to look down. I'm not a pro typer, man. I was terrible in typing all throughout, middle school. We had a keyboarding class. Oh, gosh, I was awful at it. Aerocast is taken. We will try Aerocast89@gmail.com. Just because Aeroseth89. Oh, killer. Pow, 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 pow. All right, so we're going to save my password there. All right. I'm not going to put my phone number in. I will put my gamer email in because I don't care if anybody has this. You can find it all over Xbox Live. We'll scroll through this. I'm not going to read it. Nobody ever reads the privacy and terms. You should, though. They get you. They sell your stuff. Government conspiracy theories. They do. They sell it all. All right, so while we're creating that, I kind of brought up an interesting topic with government conspiracy theories and Edward Snowden and stuff. And if you seriously are wanting to start a podcast and you haven't listened to the Joe Rogan Experience, I really recommend it. I really do. It's kind of out there sometimes, but it's a great podcast. Okay, so we've got this new email of Aerocast89. So we will go back to this. All right, first name, Seth. Email, Aerocast89@gmail.com. I am not a robot. Palm trees, boom, 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 boom. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a palm tree in real life. That's a little palm tree, boom. All right, verify. Oh, fire hydrants. Oh, I'm so good at these games. Next. Crosswalks. Oh, is that a crosswalk? That doesn't look like a crosswalk. Up here does. I don't know if that is or not. Ooh, this is tricky. I'm going to say up here. It's probably... Oh, thank God. It was thinking I was a robot there for a second. All right. create my podcast. Let's see. We've just created your podcast. Please verify your email. All right, we'll go back to the email here. Now, I want you to see how hard it is and what not to do, maybe even. All right, let's try this out. So we got all this going, so I'm going to exit out of this one. So I got to create my new password, so don't look. All right, create password. Save that because I'm terrible with passwords. I'm new. I'm a new podcaster. Oh, I can upload 2 hours of content this cycle. So that's interesting. So basically they give you, that's not going to work. That's not my name. All right. We're not going to name it that. My profile. We got to fix this up. Shoot, man. I don't know how to do any of this. Podcast settings, maybe? Ha ha ha! Aerocast. Should it be... I'm going to make it like my gamer tag, where it's all lowercase. Alright. We're just going to do just that. Save. Yippee! Alright, sweet. So we got Aerocast created. We've got this free podcast for now. That's kind of nice. So, yeah, we've got, this is through Buzzsprout. It seems pretty easy. I don't really know. It almost feels like it's just like a Facebook setup. All right, so we're going to do this. What's the goal for your site? Create a podcast. I actually really like this so far. Squarespace feels so smooth. Let's answer a few questions together. Take my hand. No. Which homepage layout do you want? Ooh. I'm gonna go with this because that seems nice. All right, let's go there. Choose a font. All right, let's go classic. I'm a classic guy. Let's go classic. Choose pages. Man. Which pages will you need on your website? Maybe an about page. Definitely a contact page. Not a store or anything like that. I guess maybe a blog. Yeah, a blog will work if I can upload videos to a blog. I guess that'll work. Okay, cool. So then we'll go over here. Explore images for your website. Man. I mean, that would probably be the most accurate image for those of you watching. Or that. These are pretty sweet looking little images. Oh, that's it. That's the image. Because I've got the iPad and the MacBook. I got the headphones. That was probably just a really loud smack. All of that. I'm so sorry if I just blew some eardrums. Sorry, guys. So we'll go next. So they're putting it all together for me. Preview site. Let's see what it's going to look like. Oh, this is... Alright, Squarespace. So... Squarespace is showing me right now, for those of you just listening, it's showing me basically what my page is going to look like, and I can actually click on whether I want to see it, what it's going to look like on an iPad, on an iPhone, or some sort of phone or tablet, and on a desktop. That is so nice. So if I click on a fake link, it shows me how to write a description, or where to, and I have a bunch of options up here. This is alright. Compared to the Buzzsprout, which looks just like a MySpace page, Squarespace looks extremely professional. So we're going to click Start with this design on Squarespace. There's a lot more steps to it. I haven't inserted anything so far, though, into Squarespace. All I've done is just pick some pictures, and that's pretty much it. But with Buzzsprout, they start you in immediately with what's your email, what's your name, upload your first podcast. And they get you in it really fast, whereas Squarespace takes a little more time. This isn't good for Squarespace, though, because their site's messing up right now. That's not good. For a company that's supposed to create websites, they're having some problems with their site right now. Well, this sucks, because I just had to refresh, which means I'm probably going to have to redo everything all over again. That's frustrating. I'm also very impatient. So here's another way to do, I guess, this is kind of good. This is another way to do it. So instead of typing on the very first page, you can actually go and just click on blogs and podcasts. And then it gives you different setups or templates or however you want to say it that you might like. We're going to go with hot. H-A-U-T-E. Hot. Haute. Oh, I got to create an account. Now it's wanting me to create an account. All right, so we'll go create account. We're going to do the Aerocast 89. Don't look. Password time. Okay, create an account. Save password. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I really do. I don't know if you are. You're probably not. This is something that I would find really interesting just because I'm trying to get into this right now. But this is something that you guys probably will be like, you're making this way too difficult. You need to stop. I've been doing this for 27 minutes now. I've been talking a lot. But we're going to try and get this Squarespace thing done. We're going to get all this set up, and then we will end it with that. With just getting the email, trying to find a name, or maybe the name, and setting up a couple different websites and just kind of looking at some examples of the things that you can use, the different sources of podcasts or sites that you can use to upload your podcast, to make new episodes. All right, so back to the screen here. So when you look at Squarespace, so I'm just going to get this guy out of here. This isn't working. Get you there. All right, so we got Squarespace on the big now. So we'll definitely want all of this, about an archives and a contact. There's a lot of steps I'm noticing to Squarespace. And it made my thing Pigeon Bulldog 6YG8. I didn't get to even pick that. I don't want it to be that, that's for sure. So you'd think that they'd make it pretty easy. But yeah, save my changes. See, I already edited this and it didn't save that. So now it's not letting me. Okay. Squarespace is kind of difficult. It's kind of frustrating. I like this, though. I do like that it has a subscribe thing. But I don't like that it's not letting me do what I want to do. And every time I go to click on something, it just doesn't respond. Am I creating like a ton of pages? No, I'm not. Okay. So I don't understand what I'm doing then. So I guess I'm just going to go back, maybe, just see what happens. I hate that it made my URL Pigeon Bulldog 6YG8. That is so stupid. Yeah, discard all my changes and cancels and whatever. Oh, okay. So I've changed Aerocast. I don't want a tagline. I don't understand what I'm doing. Man, I wish somebody would help me. That's what I'm doing for you, hopefully. I really, 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 really hope that me going through all this stuff is kind of making you be like, man, this sucks. I don't want to do this, because it's making me question if I want to do this or not. I just want a basic site though, so for now I might actually just use Buzzsprout, because this seems so easy. It's a basic setup. You get your podcast, your profile. It seems really easy to use, And if I don't need all of this, because I'm just going to be uploading podcasts, it's not going to be this crazy, elaborate thing. Now, if somebody wants to come along and say, hey, I'll make your podcast page for you, that's fine. That's awesome. Come on. But I think for now, I might just use the Buzzsprout because it is really simple. I kind of talked bad about it earlier. I was talking a little bit crap, but I think I like it because it is simple. It's so nice to just, oh, there's my dog. It's just so nice to just be able to upload the podcast onto there, not even have to worry about it. I don't have to go through and make a bio and pick a bunch of pictures and do all this stuff whenever I'm just starting out. Squarespace seems really great for if I'm probably a year or two into it and I've got sponsors and I can afford the trial for, like, let's just see what it's going to be. Let's just see what the buy now is. So $12 a month for a website. It's not terrible. I mean, my Hulu plan is $27 a month because I do no ads with HBO, but I don't want to have a poor website with Squarespace, and just because I don't know what I'm doing and I need time to kind of mess with it. But for now, we've kind of looked at, we'll go ahead and end on this. We've kind of looked at the different sites you can use, the different options you have for where to upload a podcast, how to come up with a name, how to create an email if you don't know how to do that. And I've given you some idea of how to do like a screen recording and how to maybe have another camera set up, how to do an audio recording. These are all options. You can go on Amazon and you can buy mics that are like $24, and they're the really nice hyperbolic chamber style mics where all the sound is encapsulated and it sounds very like Bob Ross, quiet and calm. So I'll kind of figure all that out, and I'll definitely record it all because, like I said, this podcast is you're going to see it from the dirt. Like, in the beginning, there was nothing, right? And then there was something. So now I'm creating the very beginning of everything, and hopefully this takes off one day and I can literally go back to my roots and say, here's where I started. I didn't even know how to create a Squarespace page. Ha ha ha, I was an idiot. And I was using my iPad to do this, and I was using my gaming microphone for this, and I could have done this so much easier. I'm an idiot. Like, hopefully that's what I can do in the future. But for now, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to figure this all out as I go. I've got a GoPro strapped to a TV. It's ghetto. I love it. Hopefully this sounds okay. I hope you enjoyed. So if you like this video, subscribe, like, do whatever. I don't know if you will or not. I don't know if you'll like and subscribe any of that because that was a lot. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that this helps someone in the future. I know it's helped me kind of get my things started, get the ball rolling on how to create a podcast, what to do in the beginning steps, what not to do maybe even, and what options you have when it comes to picking a website or a domain for your podcast. So, like I said, hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.